Why is it narcissism? While I was working on the introduction for this TED Talk, a friend of mine commented something about it when he learned about my topic. And I think this is something we can all collectively agree on, even me. But what if narcissism can be changed, can be turned into a shovel of improvements instead of something negative? So, for some background information, if you don't know what a narcissist is. So, before social media, selfies, or even those big brick cell phones, there was a ancient Greek myth about someone called Narcissus. This guy was someone who thought really highly about himself, and he once got in the river and tried to kiss his reflection, and he drowned and died because of it. So narcissism is portrayed as something bad, something that you should be not afraid of, but like shamed. But I believe it can be turned into something good. It can be turned into a positive attribute that can benefit yourself. So if you already knew about narcissism, you may be thinking they're only narcissists and that's it. It's just one guy who thinks highly about himself and doesn't care about anything. But there's many types of narcissism. Well, there's two, and narcissistic tendencies. According to the very well mind and the psychology of narcissism, TED animation from W. Kenneth Campbell, the grandiose narcissist is the most common, or at least the idealization on what narcissism is. A grandiose narcissist is someone who thinks highly of himself, has exaggerated feelings of superiority, of being superior, and they pretty like admiration. They lack empathy towards others, and sometimes they might be aggressive. Things such as rejection, criticism, failure, loss, or loss of control, and lack of admiration are what mostly affects this kind of narcissism. They are on the other hand, the vulnerable narcissists are very hypersensitive to rejection, generally rejection. They tend to be insecure and become angry or offended when not put in the middle of the universe. And this kind of narcissism is very sensitive to criticism. If you feel like a little lost on what I just told you, you can catalog this as an introvert and an extrovert narcissist, whatever's easier for you. As I said, narcissism can be transformed. So if you somehow feel connected with this trace or feel like you have similar traits to a narcissist, I invite you not to change your way of thinking, but to change your way of doing it. Not to change what you're reaching for, but to change on how you're doing it. Because there are many ways to fulfill this desire of attention. Drama without damaging your reputation, or others, generally. A pretty basic way to reach for attention is, well, being outstanding, in a good way. In this case, it can be reached differently, such as academically, socially, emotionally, physically, and more. Academically speaking, I recommend you to start small. To start with something you're good at or something that because you probably have that one subject that you like more than others. PE doesn't count, okay? You probably like more than others and more than other people. So I recommend you to put just the smallest, tiniest bit of effort on that subject, on only one subject. Become good at it, help people with it. And when you help enough people, it'll create you a good fame and give you what you want, attention. For artists, well, pretty easy. Theater is a pretty good option. Drama, people watching, do whatever you want, no matter in the stage, no matter what other people say, and without repercussions. And if you play an instrument, well, um, you can. If you play good, that's a really good thing to be bragging about. So if you notice something, if you put attention, every example I just gave you have something in common. And it's the complete focus on one specific thing, the complete focus on a singular thing and overachieving on that thing and exploiting its potential to become good at it and one of the best at it. And being a better person, a better you. And as I said, narcissism can be a shovel of improvements, and this is the way I believe it can be that shovel. Now, if you're wondering, no, I don't have an actual diagnosis on narcissism. I don't have a diagnosis that I have narcissism. But before I even study about the term, I had several problems in my life. Several problems that included not being intelligent, emotional smart, or emotionally intelligent, or smart at all. It affected many aspects of my life. And well, after I started to study and learned about the term, I saw more and more similarities to my personality, to a narcissistic personality. And that gave me the reason to make this talk, that gave me the reason to find a way to improve and turn this personality trait that can't be cured, it can only be treated because it's a mental health condition. I turn it into a positive attribute of myself. I turn it into a positive attribute of myself because I couldn't actually stop reaching for attention. I turn it into many things. And it actually, narcissism had helped me out in just so many ways. It helped me out improve myself. I used to hate public speaking, and I hate it now. But, well, here I am, talking to all of you. And it does scare me when I public speak. Always said it. But the desire of spreading a passion, spreading something that I know about, something that I think about, is way bigger than the fear I feel right now. And I've done it many times. I did this TED Talk. I postulate for Stugo president, even though I didn't win. I did a speech in front of all middle school, listening into what I was saying, and that was the most important part. I also just got better at math just to brag about it. I got into a talent shows, musicals, just to have the attention of people and to have fun with it, just to be known by people. I want to be known by people. I want to be someone who can be positively talked about, someone who can be a model. So what I basically did is transform my worst flaw, which is narcissism, that affected negatively people who I care about, and make it to improve my worst and best abilities. And it worked. Now, it's been a couple of months since, well, I started and working on this trait of mine. And it helped me socially, emotionally, and academically, artistically, in so many ways. It gave me a reason to actually be better than my past self. So, well, one last thing. It does require effort. It isn't the instant dopamine rush, but putting effort into one thing, will make you appreciate your qualities, make you know more about yourself, make you valuable, and also being rewarded with, well, what narcissists want, attention. And that's why I think narcissism can be a shovel of improvements, because narcissists have many, 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 and many flaws, and definitely they're not perfect. But they do have one quality that most don't, and that is to appreciate their achievements and don't dispraise it, no matter what. Because narcissists will, make a big thing about everything. And it's annoying, but because of that, there are people who appreciate their work and would do anything to become better at it. If you stop listening to what I was saying before, I even stand up. I want to keep something about the stock. And this goes for everyone, not only for narcissists and stuff. Find something you're good at and be better.